Okay, let's talk to Piotr Drabik, who's the editor for Z, a Polish radio station, who joins us now. Look, really good to see you this morning. What is the situation in Poland? How are the Polish authorities dealing with, the huge number of refugees you've had now?
Good morning. For now, we have more than 1.5 million refugees from Ukraine, which came from last 17 days. As I remember, in Warsaw we have 200,000 refugees, and in Krakow 100,000. Some of these people also traveling across the country and try to go to other city, or just traveling to Germany or other European countries. Yesterday we get the special meeting of Polish Parliament where the President Zelensky gave the speech. It was very emotional. It was very important it was very important message to Polish people, which helped the Ukrainians from first hours of this war. And for now, a situation going worse because now we have much more refugees. Mostly, this is the people which don't have nothing. For example, walking to the border via walk without basic stuff. Of course, a lot of volunteers, a lot of policemen and other services try to help these people. But of course, now we start discussion about what we can offer more to these people, for example, work, permanent state, and so on.
Piotr, where are these million people actually living at the moment? What sort of accommodation are the Polish authorities able to find for them?
Most of these Ukrainians living in the private flats because a lot of Poles offer own flats to share with Ukrainian refugees. Government now starting discussion about building something permanent for the refugees. A lot of cities, a lot of local authorities also offer something like a concert hall or stadiums for the refugees to stay for next week. But of course, now we need to decide about what we can offer more to these refugees.
What is the sense there? Because obviously a lot of people are crossing the borders hoping beyond hope that they can return home before too long. Is Poland prepared for people to have to stay for much longer than anyone had expected?
The government prepared two very important laws. First is direct help to the Ukrainian refugees, give approximately, as I remember, less than €100, like a money for the basic stuff, and also offer the help with the finding jobs and so on. Second law is helping to the Polish people, which offer own flats, own accommodation to the refugees. And offer, as I remember, it will be like €300 for 3 months, every month paying. And this is, of course, this is a proposition for now. But of course, we know most of these refugees want back to the Ukraine, back to own home. Of course, the most important thing is the ceasefire, is the ending of attack from Russia and Belarus territory on Ukrainian cities, and only a small group of these people back to Ukraine. Mostly, this is men which want to take part in the battles back to the Ukrainian army.
So it's the northwest corner of Ukraine which joins onto the southeast border of Poland. At the moment, Putin's forces have been mainly positioned in the east of Ukraine and slightly towards the southeast of the country. But as he moves, if he does, more north and west, do you expect more people from the part of Ukraine which actually is closer to Poland to move across the border?
Yesterday, I talked with one of the volunteers on the main railway station in Katowice. This is one of the biggest Polish cities. I meet here a lot of Ukrainian refugees, and one of these volunteers say we observe much more refugees in last days compared than, for example, 2 weeks ago. And of course, it's possible. It's possible if, for example, Putin starts attacking cities on western part of Ukraine, like Lutsk or Lvov or Ivano-Frankivsk city. But for now, most of these people, of course, are from the central and eastern part of Ukraine. Sorry, and of course, we expect more refugees which are crossing Polish-Ukrainian border, because Poland is for now is a front country. Sadly, but we are in the first front on this war, because we are the countries where there came much more refugees compared to Slovakia, Hungary, or Romania and Moldova. Of course, it depends from the geographic situation. All of the connections, like via rail and roads, it's much more better when you go from Ukraine to Poland.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us there. That is Piotr Drabik, who is a broadcaster on Polish Independent Radio.